Alright guys, in today's episode of the Railroad Labs, we're going to be diving in deep, talking to you all about NEKO-RIG fishing for largemouth bass. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so the first tip I got for you guys when using the NEKO-RIG is the setup wise. So setup wise, I'm using a 7-1 Daiwa Tula XT medium, light, extra fast. So it's really important to have that medium light action. It really keeps the fish pinned on the light hooks. And I've just realized that the medium light action is just a little bit more user-friendly when it comes to NEKO-rigging. I got that paired up with a Daiwa Acceler 3000 with 10-pound powerboard, with 10-pound Suffix and Vizex. And yeah, just overall great budget combo. I think it's around $180, so if you guys are looking to pick up this combo, check out Thorn Bros Omnia. They all should have this out there. So yeah, really impressed with this spinning reel, really impressed with the rod. Just an overall great NEKO-RIG setup. A lot of guys too, they like to use like a 7.3 to a 7.6 for long casting NEKO-RIG rods. I don't have that money yet to get one, to get a second NEKO-RIG rod yet, so I just got this one versatile one. But yeah, it throws 1 16th-ounce baits all up to 1 1/8 ounce baits, really good. So that's the rod setup I have for you guys. When it comes to the hook, weights, and the crossover ring or O-rings I like to use, I use the VMC Redline series hooks. I've got the weedless Neko, the normal Neko, and then the Finnese Neko. All have this place in time here. I've got a weedless Neko. But yeah, all the hooks are really good when it comes to hooking percentages and staying sharp and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the VMC Neko line I really love. It's kind of like a Shaughnessy style hook bend. It's not really like EWG or like a circle hook, like a wacky hook. It's got that Neko hook style. So yeah, how I'm rigging this bait is I've got my NEKO-RIG bait. I then put on my crossover ring from VMC. These rings are really nice because they can do wacky style and Neko style. So very versatile O-ring. But yeah, I got my crossover ring, I got my weight, I shove my weight into the bottom of the bait. I then take my hook and make sure to rig it going through the bait up like this. One, because when you're pulling it through cover, it's going through the weed guard and it comes through like this. So when you're going over a branch right here, you know, you're not gonna land on it, versus if you hook it going down and you're trying to pop it through the cover, all it's going to do is just bury itself right into the cover. So it just doesn't look as natural going down. So make sure you're rigging it going up through the bait. That's a very important piece. And yeah, for the weight selection I like to use is 1 16th ounce to 1 1/8 ounce, really depending on the depth and the areas I'm fishing around the lake. So if I'm going for some fish on beds, I like to use a little bit lighter, or if I'm skipping docks, use a little bit lighter of a weight. When I'm throwing it out on the flats in the springtime for like roaming fish or bedding fish on the flats, I like to go to more of like a 3/32 ounce to a 1 1/8 ounce. So it kind of depends on the weight size, depending on how shallow and how deep you're fishing. But that's my weight selection for the springtime. Okay guys, now let's get into the baits I like to use for NEKO-rigging. I've got about 5 baits here for you guys that cover all the spectrum for NEKO-rigging. My favorite bait and #1 bait of all time for NEKO-rigging is this Neko Ned Zone from X-Zone. It's got like a little bulbous tail on the end and just kind of like a 4-inch stick bait body. This bait floats, so it's really good on beds when I'm just shaking it there and it's standing straight up and the tail is just wiggling. It's just a very good bait at getting bites when fish are pressured or in the spawn when they're just roaming around. So it's a very good bait at also when I'm casting it out there and letting it sink. It's got a little shimmy going down. So just a ton of action in this bait. It is a X-Zone bait, like I said, so it floats, and just overall got great colors in it. My favorite one here I think is Bass Candy. So looks really good in clear water, and just overall killer for Ned rigs, or for NEKO-rigs. Second bait I like to use is Missile Bait's Quiver Worm. They've also got amazing colors in this bait. Like this one here, I think a green pumpkin, orange core shot. So really cool color here. But this one, instead of a bulbous tail, it's got like a more of a floppy paddle tail. This one also is really good on the bed, or when I'm like seeing fish with my eyes and sniping them up shallow. It's got really good action and just is overall a great Neko bait. And then the third bait I like to use is a G-Crack bait. It's the, I think just Bellow Stick, I believe. Yeah, Bellow Stick. So it's got a really sweet like ribbed body and ribbed action. So yeah, just kind of a sick bait, honestly. This color too is especially cool. It's just a watermelon blue flat color. So yeah, got some crazy action, just really erratic, really cool in the water. So yeah, that's the Bellow Stick from G-Crack. Fourth bait I like to use is the X-Zone Lure Deception Worm. It's a very long bait, so I'm using like a lighter weight, just an overall longer Neko. I think it's a 6-inch bait. So yeah, Nothing really to this one, just got that same bass candy color, really good color. And I just put an O-ring. I think I put a 5mm too on this one. For the rest of them, I'm putting a 6 and 7. This one I'm putting a 5mm because it's a little skinnier body. But yeah, just a little bit bigger profile for going for some bigger fish. And the last bait I like to use is sometimes, not often, I'll go to a robo worm. And it's just like another one I use a 5mm for, but a robo worm with a chartreuse tip. So yeah, this is really, really good on bluegill beds. I like throwing these baits. They got really good colors in them. Like this one, I think, Pumpkin Punisher. It's got that chartreuse. The bluegill really like that too, so they take that off all the time. But yeah, when it's in the springtime and the bluegills start to spawn and crappies, I really love throwing the robo worms. So those are my 5 baits that will get you through any situation in the springtime for Neko rigging. And yeah, really, I'm throwing this bait mostly in the shallow water, obviously, on beds, docks, wood, grass lines, anything under the sun will work for the Neko-RIG. It's a really, really good bait too. Early in the season, if you're trying to scope them up shallow in 4 feet of water, it's just a great bait at getting bites. So yeah, that's kind of everything when it comes to fishing a Neko-RIG, from the setup to the baits to where I throw it. That's a very, very versatile bait in the spring, and if you want to just go catch fish going down the bank, chuck on a Neko-RIG and you'll have success. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to check out our other master classes on the channel, and we'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.